So how do you take a simple copywriting project and build out marketing copy without having to worry about ChatGPT's cumbersome prompting process? And how do you actually model your copywriting after some A-list, highly skilled copywriters? Well, the answer is in what I'm about to show you, which is a tool called bnsn. And to do this, we're going to use a local eye doctor's website as sort of our launching off point. And so I'm going to just take some of the content from here to seed what we're ultimately going to build inside bnsn. And where we go is we actually are going to go in here and build what they call a blueprint. So we're going to start with a brand new blueprint here. Let me just get that set. Okay, so we're going to start with a brand new blueprint here, and we're going to simply take the content from that eye doctor's website. Let's go ahead and grab some of that. In fact, why don't I just grab like the About Us page here. And we need about 300 or so words. Let's see what else we might want to grab. Maybe I'll grab just a little bit of info about, I don't know. That's probably too much text. It is. So let's get rid of that, and let's instead grab a little bit of text from the home page. Okay, so you have, there we go. And we can get rid of that piece as well. Okay, that takes us to where we want to go. I'm going to hit create my blueprint, and it's going to go ahead and start building out the blueprint based on the base information, the foundational information that we have given it from the website. It's going to make some guesses about things. Now, it doesn't know everything. It doesn't know like the name of the doctor or any of that, but it does know things like what happens in the before and after for the owner, for the buyer. What are the goals? So let's say the primary goal is to maintain clear vision, prevent vision problems, improve overall eye health. Secondary goals: find the best vision correction products, get personalized eye care services, receive education about eye health, have a comfortable and welcoming experience at the optometrist. So it then builds on all of these additional elements, right? And we can go in and edit these if there's something specific that we want to add, if there's something that we want to replace. But the idea here is that it's really building out a clear path to how do we inform what goes on inside the marketing activity. So now we're going to go over and create a project. And there's a whole wealth of projects here. Let me just go ahead and grab the eye doctor. And then we have ads and articles, bonuses, different sections of copy, email campaigns, headlines, and offer, packages, sales letter. Let's grab a sales letter and see what the different sales letter options are. So this is continuously being built out with new additional source content added to it. But we're going to just go, why don't we just do something simple like a sales letter lead, and we'll do eye doctor lead. Okay. And so I'm going to go ahead and create that. We've chosen the source, which is the eye doctor blueprint that we just created. And now we have 4 different leads to sales letters that we can create. Now, it can ask us things like the first name and last name of who's writing it. Is there a nickname in the industry? I can fill these in, or I can simply leave them blank. And so in this case, I'm going to just leave them blank. I'm going to hit the magic button, and it's going to utilize what it's been trained on in order to build out these leads. And so you can see there's a pre-headline, there's a headline, the subhead, and then the lead of the sales letter. Now, it's making some stuff up because I didn't plug in the information in those boxes that we saw on the previous screen, but you can see it's building out the copy based on not a template, but a framework, a structure that it has been given where it's told what kind of content needs to happen in each section of, in this case, the lead. And so it's building out lead number 1. I'm going to go ahead and save that. Now, there's a bunch of things that I can do at this point. I can take it as is. I can go in here and I can, edit specific sections of it, or I can say, I want to refine this copy. And I can change the tone, the style, the focus of the copy in lots of different ways. So one of the things that I can do is, let's say I want to make it more serious. I want to kill the hype. So I can go ahead and have it go and revise it in a more professional tone. So that's one way that we can do it. And I like it or I don't like it. I can then replace this. So you can see it's quickly replacing this with a more serious tone in its writing. And I can say, yeah, I do like this. I'm going to go ahead and replace it. Now, voila, I've had the entire thing replaced. But let's say I don't really love, a particular line in here, right? You're about to discover the real root cause of your vision problems and exactly what it takes to address it effectively. Maybe I don't like that. Now I can actually go in and I could say, oh, maybe I want to create more trust or urgency, or I want to change the style of the writing in one way or another. So let's say, in this case, I want this to be more hard-hitting. Now it's going to give me an alternative. You're about to reveal the true source of your vision problems and exactly how to fix it. I don't really like that, so let's retry that. You're about to find out what's really causing your vision problems and how to fix it for good. I'm not liking either of these. And in this case, I actually like the original one because it had a more serious tone. You can see it gives us some placeholder testimonials. Obviously, we don't want to use those. We'll replace them with real testimonials. But you can see that there's a range of things that we can do at this point. Let's actually, I'm going to go ahead and save that. And let's move on to the second version of Lead, because we have lots of different options here. Again, I'm going to leave these blank just so it... but I could put in the actual testimonials. I could put in the actual name of the person writing it. In this case, I'm just going to have it make it up. And so here it's giving us a very different approach to a lead. There are four different types of leads that we could utilize here. In this case, it's sort of a more traditional letter, right, with a from line and then a structured copy here, some bullet points that we're looking at. And then it's going to finish, sort of building this out. Now, we don't know, because I've not given it in the blueprint any specifics about the business. It only is writing sort of in general terms about this particular type of service. And in this case, you can see it's got placeholders. Instead of making up the testimonials, it's just leaving us with placeholders, which is great. And then it's going to build out the balance of this. Now, again, it doesn't know what the offer is. If I go and plug in what the offer is specifically, it will be able to then identify specifics in here as well. But in this case, I'm going to say, okay, let's go ahead and save. Now, let's say that I want this to be focused entirely on just eye care for seniors. Let's go back over to the blueprint. I'm going to go ahead and click on that. And let's see, I think it's called the focuser, which is kind of funny since we're playing with an eye doctor here. Let's go ahead and add eye care for seniors, let's say specializing in eye care for seniors. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and hit save on there. And let's go back over to that project that we were just working on. And I'm going to go back into this second lead. And in this case, I want to change it to focus. Let's see if we have the focuser. Focus on that. Right, so now we have how adults, seniors, and parents. Let's see what else we have in terms of seniors. But it's now going to hopefully focus in the area of senior eye care. And so as it's continuing to build this out, let's see what it's given us that's specifically talking to seniors instead. So hopefully we'll just have another moment or two of it generating the more focused version. All right. And let's hit replace, and I'm going to just look for the word seniors. And it's only given us into our senior patient, especially, let's see, older. Nope. Okay. Age. Yeah, increasing age, but that's not age. So it really hasn't focused as much as I'd like it to. We'll probably play around with this a little bit longer. But this is where we can, aim to refine it a bit. So let's say that I want to have it focus more. So we're going to have it focus just on this text here. And I want it to speak specifically to seniors. And so now it's going to generate something that says specializing in eye care for seniors, offering personalized care, standing by you throughout your journey to better vision and improved eye health. Okay, great. So let's go ahead and replace that. So now we got that, and we can find another place where it might, make sense to add some focus around seniors. So let's go ahead and do that, and let's focus this one as well. All right, especially for seniors facing unique vision challenges. So let's go ahead and hit replace. So there you go. That is an example of what the focuser does. And let's go ahead and save that one. And let's do one last one. Let's do another lead. I'm going to leave that blank once again. We're going to hit the magic button and see what we get. And again, remember, this is giving us placeholder text. So we'll need to go back and correct it with the doctor's name, the real doctor's name, because we didn't insert that in the blueprint, but we certainly could have. We could have given it those details in the fields that it was asking for some specific information at the beginning of this process. But once again, it's giving us a lead following a framework, not a template. So it's not going to say just plug in Dr. Smith and 40 years in a template where those are placeholders. No, this is actually saying, here's the framework, and AI is trained on the framework and is building out the lead to this sales letter based on the structure, but not the specific words. So let's go ahead and hit save on that one. Let's do one more refiner, and let's make it, put it on steroids. Let's see what this is going to be, sort of much more aggressive in terms of tone. The vision paradigm shift. Over 50,000 eye exams culminate in Dr. Smith's revolutionary vision solution. Okay. So you can see this is much more aggressive, direct response writing style. And let's hit cancel. Let's try a slightly different one. Spam begone is great for, if you're sending emails and you want to make sure that it's here. Let's try the smartass one. Let's assume the fabled glasses guru. It's kind of silly, but you can see again. I love that. Or if you're worried about being cast as Mr. Magoo in the next community theater play, so there's a little bit of sort of silliness and sarcasm in the writing style here. So you can see exactly, how these different enhancements or adjustments, these refiners, can really make it more playful, more serious. More intensified in terms of its selling style, that really speaks to the type of business, type of product, and the type of audience that you want to be writing to. Let's go ahead and hit replace on that one. Make you see unicorns, or at least read the fine print again. I like that. All right. Well, that's one that I'm going to have to actually check out more, because I've not played around with that one before, but no, it's smartass. Okay, we'll play with that one in the future on some other projects. But let's go ahead and hit save, and now you can sort of see us in action. You build the blueprint very quickly and easily. Let's go back to that blueprint. We could add some additional things like the doctor's name, their backstory, so that instead of the Dr. Smith from 40 years, we could actually have their real story here. We could build out all of these other elements if we wish, or we can just do them sort of piecemeal as we're building out the different components of the of the copy, whether it's those sales letters that we were just working on, or we want to write a video script or an ad for Facebook or LinkedIn. We have all of those different options, and so this is really a great tool for quickly and easily getting high quality content written for marketing purposes out into the world, simply by feeding it or seeding it with a blueprint, and then pulling the particular project that you want to in, and then going through and refining the process. I'll be sharing additional videos walking you through some of these other elements as we build out the channel. So thank you for watching. And if you're interested in checking out Benson for yourself, the link is in the description at AICopyCub.com. That's AICopyCub.com.